can't be friendly with you if you're making snap.
Exactly, you dumb drag.
All right, so current pop culture is overrun with them, from the Kardashians to the Housewives. Reality TV shows now outnumber other types of programming. And it all started right here in Broward County 25 years ago tonight with the first ever live televised drug bust. That led to the show Cops, and TV was changed forever. Tonight, NBC Miami's Ari Odzer shows us how it all began.
Open! Stay inside! Oh, God, don't hurt my children!
The 1980s in South Florida. Crack cocaine hit the streets like a hurricane.
Get it out, I said!
It's an epidemic. We're not even touching it.
Every local television station covered the crack wars constantly, and the chaos drew the attention of a TV showman determined to show the nation what was happening. Geraldo Rivera.
All right, the deal went down.
Down in Broward County, Sheriff Nick Navarro was aggressively pursuing what was, in the Miami Vice era, really an epidemic of drug use, drug cowboys, drug corruption. As bad as it may be today, it was 100 times worse then.
Those were the good old days.
Retired Broward Sheriff's Office Captain Ron Cacciatore used to be on the drug war's front lines. He and Sheriff Nick Navarro said yes when Geraldo's producer called.
And one of the things he asked was, what can you do that's different? And I said, a live drug bust. He said, you can really do that? And I said, sure, not having any idea whatsoever how to do one.
We have one of the live busts that's on the air.
Tens of millions of viewers tuned into Fox on December 2nd, 1986 to see BSO deputies barge into a Pompano Beach house live, a first for television. Even the bad guys inside were watching, having no clue they were the targets until they were on the floor.
It was like the Wild West. We didn't know where it was going to end up. Thankfully, nobody got hurt and justice was done.
This thing's going to go pretty far.
Cocaine, money, and guns confiscated. Part of the show called American Vice, the Doping of a Nation.
It went live to the nation.
And at the time, did you think we're mixing too much show business with law enforcement here?
I really didn't think that.
BSO fended off a ton of criticism.
And this is something that we needed to get across to the entire nation, and this was the first time we had that opportunity.
The deal's going to go down in this room, presumably.
As part of the show, BSO even let Rivera take part in a sting operation. Real cops rushed in to arrest the bad guys.
I burst into the room with my gun, saying, you just sold a
Kilo of cocaine to Geraldo Rivera.
They suggested that we were, in some ways, sensationalizing what was happening out there. But I think time really has been a very fair arbiter of the work we did.
It's just an abandoned property now, but 25 years ago, this house was the scene of television history being made. So whatever happened to the man and woman who were arrested here that night in that live broadcast?
Nelson Scott was convicted, and he's now in federal prison on different drug charges. Minnie Jackson also served prison time. She now lives in Orlando. They're both footnotes in the creation of reality television.
While I don't want to take credit for the Housewives of Beverly Hills or Kim Kardashian's exploits in her marital bed, I think that it can fairly be suggested that reality was pioneered back in the days of American Vice.
Get your hands down! Ari Odzer, NBC Pompano Beach.
Well, that's pretty cool. Also pretty cool, NBC Miami photojournalist Pedro Cancio was a part of that historic night. He was holding the camera during that live event 25 years ago, and he's still here with us and put together that piece you just saw.